Hi, I'm Ellie. I'm your host for Healing Addictions. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are live from WYTV7 Christian Broadcasters Network. And we're so glad you're here. I hope you tune in every single week. Our topic today is why can't I stop? Now that includes everything. That includes smoking, drinking, drugging, gambling, any addictive behavior that you do. We can't stop. And then you ask yourself, why can't I stop? And the answer is, I don't know. Every New Year's Eve, I would have a drink, my last drink, and I would say, I won't drink again from this day on. 365 years. But I found myself the next day drinking again, and drugging again, and smoking again, and overeating again, and I didn't know why. So I thought about it like this. If you turn on the oven and you burn yourself once with the burner, it hurts. You go, ouch, and you take your hand away. But I kept going back to that oven and saying, ouch. It wasn't the oven, but it was the drugs and the alcohol and the eating and the smoking. And I didn't know why, and I would cry and I would pray to God, what is wrong with me? I thought I was crazy because other people could drink normally. Why couldn't I? Alcoholism and addiction is a mental and physical disease. The mental part is the preoccupation that we keep telling ourselves we won't, but we do again. And we keep going back to that oven and touching that burner, thinking we're going to get different results, but the results are the same. So years ago, while I was having that behavior, I decided I had to do something else. So I started to pray to God and ask him to remove my insanity, ask him to help me not drink for one day. If I got one day in, I thought maybe I could get two in. And it started to work slowly. Then my insides would get all upset and I'd get stressed out and anxiety. And then I would feel that empty feeling again. And I'd go for the bottle and I'd remember, talk to God. He's listening. I would pray again. Dear God, please help me. I feel that feeling. Addiction leaves you empty. It takes away all our good inside. And most people don't even know they have it. That's the sad part. We just think we're in a phase or we're in a bad mood or life didn't go our way because we're a victim. We're not a victim. We have a disease. And the most important part is acknowledge what's wrong with you. We don't like to, but deep down in your soul, in your inners, you know what you're overdoing. I know you know because I knew. I just didn't know what to do with it. And these broadcasts will be discussing what addiction is, how to begin to stop, explaining what preoccupation is, meaning I taught aerobics for 20 years. Every time I left that aerobics place, I stopped and get a drink. And right before I taught aerobics, I would have a drink because I felt insecure all the time. If I didn't have alcohol, drugs, I felt like I wasn't good enough. And the truth was I was, but I didn't know it inside. And I know out there you feel the same way because in this case, we're all the same. So when you feel those feelings, continue to listen to our broadcast, but also remember that God could and would if he were sought. And that's why we're broadcasting from a Christian station. It is about God. It's our spiritual contact. And we have to start using it to our benefit. So stay off the stove. Stop putting your hand on the burner and start to believe in something higher than you. And And come back and visit us next week. And we'll have another topic, and we'll do this over and over again until you feel good about yourself. Have a great, blessed week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.